4.7, we're taking a look at your equations to your circle. Remember that the general equation of a circle is x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. The points hk are your center, and r is your radius. So on these first ones, you're asked to identify the radius, or the center and the radius, and then you're actually asked to sketch the graph. So on the first one, my center, we do the opposites. So 1, -3, my radius is 1. So my center is at 1, -3. So I go up 1, down 1, to the right 1, to the left 1 from the center, and then I can connect those points and draw my circle. Do the same thing on number 2. My center on this one is 0, 1. And my radius is 4. So I start at 0, 1, radius is 4. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, from the center down 4, from the center right 4, from the center left 4. So then I can draw my circle. And I'm good to go for number 1. Number 2 says use the information provided to write the equation of the circle. So now we're just going to plug in the values. So we'll go x opposite, so minus 13 quantity squared. And the next one will be, not x, but y plus 13 quantity squared equals 4 squared, which is 16. On the second one, we'll still have x now be plus 13 quantity squared plus y plus 16 quantity squared equals, now I got to find the radius. So to find the radius, here's my center, okay, and it's at -13, -16, and then it says a point on the circle, -10, -16. Well, -10, whoops, wrong direction, would be over here. Notice how the y coordinates are the same, the x coordinates are a differ of 3, so that would make that value 9, because my radius would just be 3 of my circle. All right. C says the ends of the diameter are located at, so I'm going to draw myself a little picture here. And it says one of them is located at 18, -13. I'm going to put the point here, 18, -13. And the other one's located at 4, -3. So those are the ends of my diameter. So one of the things I could do is use the midpoint to find the center. So to get the center, I'm going to use the midpoint. So that means I just add the x coordinates, divide by 2, add the y coordinates, divide by 2. So my center is going to be at 11, -8. So now, I'm just going to lower this down a little bit here. Hopefully I took it. I like to do it sometimes. Come on. There we go. Now it does it too much. Now, here's my center. So my equation's looking like this. X minus 11 quantity squared plus y plus 8 quantity squared equals, and I got to figure out r, the radius. Well, I know that this point is at 11, -8. So now all I have to do is use the distance formula between those 2 points. So distance is equal to, subtract my x's, 18 minus 11 quantity squared plus -13 minus a -8 quantity squared. So now, if I watch my math here, I get 7 squared plus, let's see, that's going to be -5 squared. So I get the square root of 49 plus 25, which is equal to the square root of 74. So now remember that this is r. This value right here is r squared. So if I square the square root of 74, I just get the number 74 for my actual equation. So then on the last one, here's the center, here's the radius. So I'll be going x minus a minus 2, so x plus 2 quantity squared plus, well, y minus 0 is just y, so I get y squared equals the square root of 51 squared, 51. I have the front page done. Flip to the back side. Write each circle in standard form. So this is where we get to complete the square both times. So notice how the x's are together, go leave a little space. The y's are together, leave a little space. Complete the square in both situations. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. I add 9 to one side, got to add 9 to the other. Half of negative 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. Need to add 1 to both sides. So now the x piece here factors to x plus 3 quantity squared. The y part factors to y minus 1 quantity squared. Negative 9 and 1 add up to just 1. And I got my standard form of my circle. Do the next one. Group my x squared, so x squared minus 8x, leave a little space. Y squared minus 6y, leave a little space, equals, if I move the 16 to the other side, comes minus 16. So let's complete the square again. Half of negative 8 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16. So I need to add 16 to both sides. Half of negative 6 is negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. So I need to add 9 to both sides. So the first part factors to x plus 4 quantity squared. The second part factors to x minus 3 quantity squared equals, add those up, 9. All right, number 4, which is our last problem here. It says, a cellular phone network uses towers to transmit calls. Each tower transmits to a circular area. On a grid of a city, the coordinates of the location and the radius of each tower are as follows. Integers represent miles. So tower 1, or A, is at 0, 0 and covers a 3-mile radius. Right. Tower B is at 5, 3, covers a 2.5-mile radius, and tower C is at 2, 5 and covers a 2-mile radius. So the first part asks you to write equations of each of the towers. So the first one, since there is no change in the center, would be x minus 0 and y minus 0, so it'd just be x squared plus y squared equals 3 squared, which is 9. For the second equation, I'm going to change the color, x minus 5 quantity squared plus y minus 3 quantity squared equals 6.25, 2.5 squared. And we'll do the last one in green, x minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 5 quantity squared equals 4. So now I need to graph each of these. So now, on the first one, I'm at 0, 0, but I have a radius of 3. So to the right 3, up 3, down 3, to the left 3. Do my best to draw myself a pretty good circle here. All right, on the one in blue, we are located at 5, 3, and then we have a radius of 2.5 miles. So 2.5, up 2.5, to the right 2.5, down 2.5. So here we go, B. And then I'm going to just go back here and label this one A. So now C is at 2, 5. So 2, 5. And then it has a radius of just 2. Down 2, right 2, up 2, left 2. Whoops, got a little wide there. All right, and that is C. So now it asks, tell which towers, if any, transmits the phone calls. Oops. Excuse me. All right, so on the first one it says the 0.11. Well, here's the 0.11. That's only in A. 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. That's definitely in B's range. 3.5. So 3.5, 4.5. That's definitely in, looks like it's in B and C. 2, 2.8. Oh, look at that, right in there. That would be a nunner. 1 and 6 is up there. That's just in C. All right, that ends the second, or the 4.7 worksheet.